Local children spoke of it in hushed tones, especially on chilly autumn nights when the moon hung low and eerie shadows stretched across the undulating hills. Local children spoke of it in hushed tones, especially on chilly autumn nights when the moon hung low and eerie shadows stretched across the undulating hills. It was said that a mirror in a forgotten corner of the old Eldridge estate held the power to reveal the otherworldly, the supernatural entities lurking just beyond reach. 15-year-old Lila, new to Eldridge Hollow after her family moved from the city, found herself tangled in the dreams and stories of her classmates. What fascinated her most was the tale of the mirror, said to have belonged to Lady Isolde, an enigmatic figure who vanished from the estate under mysterious circumstances, leaving only whispers of her haunting laughter echoing through the crumbling halls. Curiosity piqued, Lila and her new friends, Sam, a spirited boy with a knack for adventure, and Mia, a quiet girl with a love for the strange and unusual, decided to venture into the estate on a foggy Friday evening. Their hearts raced with excitement and trepidation as they clasped flashlights and bravely crossed the overgrown threshold of the decaying manor. Once inside, they were enveloped in silence, interrupted only by the creaking of the ancient floorboards beneath them. The air was thick with dust, and each breath felt like inhaling the past. They wandered through the dimly lit rooms, awestruck by shattered remains of furniture draped in cobwebs, and portraits of stern-looking ancestors whose eyes followed them wherever they moved. After what felt like hours of exploring the manor's haunting beauty, they arrived at the main parlor, where sunlight filtered through tattered curtains, illuminating a large, ornate mirror that stood tall and grand. Its surface shimmered unnaturally, beckoning Lila closer. "Is this the mirror?" Sam whispered, his breath hitching with a mix of excitement and fear. The three friends exchanged nervous glances, daring each other to step forward. As Lila moved closer, her reflection morphed into a fluid dance of shadows and lights. She reached out, fingertips brushing against the cool surface, and gasped as the mirror rippled like a pond disturbed by a stone. Suddenly, a low humming filled the air, resonating with a strange beauty that resonated deep within her. "Do you hear that?" Mia asked, her eyes wide. "It's like a song." Quote. Lila nodded, entranced. The mirror flickered again, and she saw something move within, a flicker of silver hair, an outline of a figure beckoning with slender fingers. It felt like an invitation, a gentle pull drawing her in. "Let's go back," Sam urged, but Lila was entranced. She stepped closer, and before she could think twice, her hand pressed against the surface. The world spun, and she felt herself being sucked into the glass. The next moment, Lila tumbled onto a cold, reflective surface that stretched infinitely beneath her. She looked around and gasped. She was in the mirror realm, surrounded by ethereal beings whose bodies shimmered like liquid crystal. Their eyes, bright and piercing, watched her with a knowing intensity. "Welcome, child of the light," an otherworldly voice resonated from the nearest figure. It was Lady Isolde, her face a haunting blend of beauty and sorrow. "You have come to our realm, a place where dreams and nightmares intertwine." Quote. Lila's heart raced with excitement and fear. "What do you want from me?" she stammered, clutching her chest. "None enter without purpose," Isolde said, her voice echoing like a chime. "Your heart holds the key, a beacon for those trapped in darkness. Help us release the lost souls, and in return, you shall learn the truth of your own destiny." Quote. But before Lila could respond, the figures began to sway, chanting in a haunting melody that resonated with both anguish and hope. She felt the pull of their energy, their collective pain, and realized the weight of what they were asking of her. Freedom for the lost souls meant confronting her own fears. Back in the parlor, Sam and Mia watched helplessly as Lila remained connected to the mirror, her face pale, eyes wide with a mix of terror and wonder. "We need to pull her back," Sam yelled, grabbing her shoulders. "No, something is happening," Mia cried. "We have to trust her." Lila's mind raced as she navigated the ethereal realm, feeling the anguish of the trapped souls surrounding her, shadows of despair longing for release. With newfound determination, she stepped forward. Closing her eyes, she summoned every ounce of courage. "You are not alone. I will help you." Her voice cut through the noise. Suddenly, the glowing figures began to coalesce around her, their pain feeding into her. She felt their sorrow merge with her own, and a bright light erupted from her heart. In the parlor, Sam and Mia screamed as a blinding light radiated from the mirror. It pulsed like a heartbeat, until with a deafening crack, Lila was thrown backwards, landing in a heap on the dusty floor. As the light dimmed, the mirror returned to its stillness. Lila gasped for air, her heart racing. "I did it," she whispered, stunned. Mia rushed to her side, pulling her up. "Where are they? Did you?" "The lost souls," Lila said, her voice trembling. "They're free now." Quote, the three friends embraced, the warmth of camaraderie wrapping around them like a cloak against the chill of the unknown. Lila felt a lingering presence behind her, a gentle brushing of fingers against her hair, and turned just in time to catch a fleeting glimpse of Isolde, her face transformed into a grateful smile, before she dissipated like morning fog. As they exited the estate, the moonlight cast a gentle glow over Eldridge Hollow. The air felt lighter, as if a heavy weight had been lifted from the town. When they reached the edge of the forest, Lila paused and glanced back, a fleeting thought haunting her mind. She had crossed a threshold into the unknown, and it had changed her forever. Emboldened by the experience, Lila knew she would carry the truth of what lay beyond, the connections formed between worlds, and the realization that sometimes facing the supernatural means confronting the depths of our own souls. In the realm of mirrors, the darkest of nights could shine with the ghosts of hope.